Our next speaker is Agita Pusvilka with, in my opinion, a very interesting study. She didn't agree with my with how I want to call it, but I would call it the compilation of the modern folklore, collecting modern folklore. And Agita, please correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you to the conference organizers who found a spot for us to present in this conference. So they gave us 5 minutes to present our study, which we have just started. Its title shows that we will look at the port from a different perspective. While I was listening to the other speakers and take notes, I started thinking who the residents of Riga is. Are the residents of the port neighborhoods are also the inhabitants of Riga? We will ask questions. We will survey the residents of Kunzeņsala, Mankarsala, Vecmilgrāvis, and Bolderāja, what it's like to live nearby the fort. Do they feel separated from the city center? Do they even feel that they belong to the city? It is an honor to be here today because I represent a group of 7 researchers. It's a new project. It was launched in September. It will continue for 3 years, and the majority of my colleagues are among the audience. We will try and analyze the life nearby the port through the prism of the environment. It's a kind of a human science through the environmental prism of the environmental science. The project has just been launched, and the issues we are going to investigate can be improved. Our topics can be added to. So if you have new ideas, please contact us. So what's the nature of this project? What will we be looking for? Humanitarian, social, environmental sciences will work hand in hand. We will investigate how people live in the environment, how they feel, if they feel the belonging to where they live, what unites people, what are the environmental features or characteristics which are important to all of us, what are the ecological perspectives, what is the quality of landscape in the context of the port, and what is the landscape quality from the residents' perspective. The perception could differ. The historical links or in connections. Which periods have been important for the specific neighborhood, in the history of the specific neighborhood, how people apply their memories in their present life, and how they project them into the future. Narratives. Kristaps already mentioned that we will deal with narratives in this project. We will focus predominantly on how people see the past events, what they've heard from their parents and grandparents. What's the context? When do people tend to share their stories? What motivates them, and how these historical narratives live today and can be applied today? I've given a lot of examples, and there are many more of questions to be explored. Lasme, just the speaker before me, explained how the NGOs cooperate to solve the environmental challenges, and to what extent the residents are informed of what is going on in their neighborhoods, and to what extent facts and data inform their decisions. Over the 2 months, we have met representatives of 2 neighborhoods, and we've heard very different narratives. We've heard, for example, that we're fighting, we are being squeezed out of our neighborhoods. It is communication is work, and similar. Here you see a couple of pictures from our field work. We will study both the qualitative and quantitative indicators to go into depth of this issue. The most important I want to emphasize regarding this project is that we seek answers to the questions which could be important to the residents themselves. Maybe they will be able to use the outcomes of this study. It will help them to understand their identity better. Very often when they discuss certain issues with their friends and neighbors, they find answers to the questions, and they see better who they are and how they feel about certain challenges. We hope that we will receive contributions from the neighborhood representatives. If you want, you can follow our project on Facebook. And our contact information is available in the slide and through the conference organizers. See you in Mangaisala, Kunziņsala, Vecmīlgrāvis, or Balderāja. Thank you for your presentation. Do you have any questions? Okay, then one from me. I don't think that academics like to hear this question. What's your outcome? What's the outcome you want to achieve? Will it be a compilation of narratives, let's say? Will it be a book? Maybe you want to encourage people to share their stories. To answer your first question, we would like to capture our generation's responsibility to the next generation, to capture these historical stories, to focus on the stories on the environment. So here you see the contributions, the deliverables we plan to achieve as a result of this project. In our project, we have sociologists, historians, and we hope that the residents themselves, the representatives of these 4 neighborhoods, will find a way to communicate with the municipality and the port in a more efficient way, and maybe will find new concepts about themselves. The project is has been started, just been started, and we as researchers have a lot of questions to answer ourselves. Thank you for the presentation. Why isn't anybody asking questions?